Hello and welcome to another Phase 5 phonics lesson. We've just got a really short one today. We're going to be looking over some of the things we've already learned and focusing on spelling the days of the week. Let's get started. Okay, so we're going to start things off as we normally do, but we're going to mix and match the words today. So get your fingers ready. The first sound I would like you to look for is the I sound. 10 seconds, off you go. Did you find it? There were loads today and they were all spelt with the same digraph, the I-E digraph. We had pie, lie, tie, die, cried, tried, spied, fried, replied, and denied. Okay, time for the next one. Could you find for me the O sound, that short vowel sound, O? Off you go, 10 seconds. Okay, did you find them? There are loads here you could have found. Here we go. We had lost, cost, fond, soft, and pond, all having the short O sound. Okay, and last sound, can you find for me the I sound again? 10 seconds, off you go. Did you find it? There was just one, and it's right up there in the corner, starlight. We may have had this one before, but well done if you found starlight, and the I is being spelled with an I-G-H. Okay, so we're going to do things a little bit differently from here. What we're going to do is we're going to think back to the suffixes, so that's the endings of words that we've looked at so far over the past couple of weeks, and we're just going to remind ourselves what they are and have a go at recognizing the correct spellings. So this is the first one I want you to do. So this is turning the word cry and making it into the past tense. And you've got three options and your job is to choose which one is right. So pause the video, pick your answer and click pause when you've got the right one. So which one was it? It was this one here, this top one. Cry becomes cried. Now when we're adding ed, we need to take the y off the end of cry and replace it with an I before we add the ed. It doesn't look right if we keep the y there, and we certainly don't change any of the other sounds. Okay, so hopefully you've got the hang of it. Let's try the next one. So again, we're changing a word into the past tense. We're changing the word enjoy. Which of these is correct? Click pause and click play when you've got your answer. So which one is it? It's the middle one here, enjoyed. Now, although enjoy ends in a Y, it's actually a Y working together with that O there. It's an OY making the OI sound. And because they're working together, we can't get rid of that Y. So we keep it in there and just add ED on the end. Okay, let's keep going. We're going to have a look at turning words into plural words, so when there's more than one. So I've got the word bin here, and I want to turn it into bins. Which of these is the correct spelling? Click pause and click play when you have your answer. Which one is it? It's nice and simple down the bottom here, bins. Now, because bin just ends in a normal consonant, it doesn't end in one of those special sounds, we just add an S on the end. We don't need to add two S's and we don't need to add ES. So this was how we turned bin into bins. Okay, next one. This is the word flash, and we need to make one flash into more than one flash. Which is the correct spelling? Click pause and click play when you have your answer. Did you get which one it was? It's this middle one here, flashes. Now, because flash ends in the sh sound, and that's one of those special sounds, we need to remember that we need to add ES rather than just S, because this spelling would be quite hard to say, flash. it gets all busy at the end there and it's hard to say. So flashes allows us to say the word much more easily. And we don't need to double the S in here. This would make a sound that we don't really need. So the middle one is the correct spelling. Okay, let's do our final couple of questions. These are about adding the ing sound. So this first one, run, becoming running. Have a look, pick which one is correct, click pause and click play when you have your answer. Did you get which one it was? It's this top one here, running. Now, because we've got a short vowel sound, an followed by a normal consonant, n, when we add ing, we need to double that last letter. And you can see here that we've got 2 of the letter N. This one hasn't followed that rule, we haven't doubled. And this one here, if you actually read this one carefully, it doesn't make sense. It's running. And that's not the word that we're looking for. That's just a nonsense spelling. So the top one was correct there. And lastly, live, and we're adding ing. So which one of these is right? Click pause and click play when you have your answer. It was this bottom one down here. Now because live ends in an E, when we go to add ing, we have to get rid of the E and just add ing. So if you have a look, that's what we've done down here. We've got rid of that E and we've just added ing. Here we've kept the E and added ing, and so we've got this funny EI in the middle, so that one's not right. And over here we've maybe got it a little bit mixed up with another rule and we've doubled the V there, but we would only do that if it was a short vowel sound followed by a consonant, but this actually ends in an E, so we need to follow the E rule. Okay, so let's just quickly think about all of those rules, because I know that's a lot, but let's see if we can sum all of those rules up and remind ourselves of them. So when we're making a word into a plural, we normally add S, and sometimes if we end in one of these special sounds, sh, z, x, s, and ch, we add ES. When we're adding ED to the end of a word, we normally just add ED, except if the word ends in a Y, in which case we have to change it to an I. But if the Y is working together with an A or an O to make the A or the OI sound, then we leave it there. It's like it's stuck to its partner and we can't get rid of it. And lastly, when we're adding ing, if our word ends in an E, we just get rid of the E. And if it ends in a short vowel followed by a consonant, we need to double that last letter. Now, these rules might take a little bit of time to get into your head, so if you want to come back to them at any point, you can either watch this video or you can go back and watch the last few videos to just really practice those rules and make sure you feel confident with them. Right, last thing before we finish today, it's a nice and short one. We are just going to be thinking about the days of the week, because these are words that you really need to be able to spell, because we use them all the time and it's important that we know them. Now, there's a few things that are slightly unusual with these spellings. Let's work our way down and have a look at the most unusual bits. Let's start with Monday up here. Well, this is a fairly normal spelling, except that this letter here isn't making an O sound, it's making an sound. So it's a little bit unusual. You'd think that it was a letter U here, but this is how we spell Monday. So just remember that it's an O after the M. Let's have a look at the next one. This is Tuesday. Now this word makes sense. It's got all of the usual sounds that we'd expect. We just need to remember that the oo sound or the U sound is being made with a U and an E. It's not the most common digraph, so that's just one to look out for. Now this next one is probably the trickiest of them all. Wednesday. Now, Wednesday has got a very funny spelling, because actually, if you were to sound it out, it would sound like this. Wednesday. Wednesday. That's not how we say it, is it? But that is quite a good way of remembering how to spell it. Wednesday. It's just one of those funny words. It's got sounds in there that we don't really hear. Wednesday. And that's one that you just have to learn by practicing how to spell it. So maybe after this is done, Wednesday is one to really focus on and come back to. Thursday is a nice easy one. Day, Thursday. And Friday is another nice easy one. We just need to remember that the I is being made with an I by itself. So rather than finish just there, I've got one more activity for you to do. So what I want you to do in a moment is to pause the video, have a go at writing out each of those words, so you're practicing spelling it, and then have a go at writing it out without the video. So maybe turn off the screen or cover up the writing you've already done and just have a practice at spelling each of those spellings all by yourself without any help and see whether you can remember them. And if you can, fantastic. If you can't, that's completely okay. Just go back to the list, either on the video or the one that you've already written out, and have another try until you get to the point where you can write all of the days of the week without any help. So click pause, have a go at that now, and click play when you're finished. Great, so hopefully you've had a go at writing out the days of the week and you're confident now that you can spell each day all by yourself. That's it for today. We'll finish our lesson there. Well, I hope you enjoyed that lesson. I'll see you back again next week for our final week of phonics this year. See you then.